Very powerful drugs that are used to treat cancer are some of the most expensive in the world. Some can cost thousands of dollars, and that's for a single dose.
And given that fact, watching those unused drugs of this kind be destroyed or worse, in some cases flushed down the toilet, is a horrible waste. But legally, those drugs could not be transferred to another patient in need. Until now. You'll remember we introduced you to the Good Shepherd Pharmacy last November here on Fox 13, and we promised you another groundbreaking program. It was in the works at that time. Well, here it is. And we found one man whose wife lost her long but valiant fight with breast cancer. And thanks to his generosity now, the more than $10,000 in chemo drugs that she left behind will help some other patient in their battle. Brad Trotter still feels it. The emptiness after losing the love of his life last summer.
This unbelievable wife, unbelievable mother, beautiful, warm, caring, smart, witty, fun, amazing woman.
Brad watched Terry fight breast cancer for more than a decade. She never gave up. And in her own way, she's still fighting.
I was lamenting the fact that I had a cabinet full of drugs that were going to be flushed down the toilet to a colleague of mine. And he said, well, it's interesting. I'm working with this guy named Phil who's trying to do something about that.
This one is for renal cancer. This box is $16,000 on the open market. So, I mean, these are life-saving medicines.
Phil Baker of Good Shepherd Pharmacy has created a way for people to donate unused cancer drugs to patients in need. Until late 2018, it was illegal for one person to give chemotherapy drugs to another.
There's never been a reclamation program in the state of Tennessee before, so we had to get the law changed to even begin the program.
Baker's program is called RemediChain. Patients or families of patients with leftover medications go to RemediChain.com. They register the information on themselves and the drugs they have.
In order for us to reuse it, it has to be a tablet or a capsule.
They then get those drugs to Phil and his team by either shipping them or dropping them off at participating treatment centers.
Every donated prescription has to be inspected by a pharmacist. There are very strict rules about what we can redispense.
The drugs are then passed along to patients who cannot otherwise afford them.
One of the newer, more evolving side effects that we're all starting to consider is the financial toxicity side effect of it.
Alex Quessenberry is the director of Baptist Hospital Pharmacy. Baptist Memorial Hospital alone is currently treating 8,159 people living with various forms of cancer in the Mid-South. The average patient age, 65, and the majority are on Medicare and ineligible for patient assistance programs that cut costs. How badly is what Phil Baker is doing needed in this community?
It's an extreme need. There's a lot of patients that unfortunately cannot afford the treatments that are prescribed to them.
$300,000 worth of medicine in 10 or 12 weeks from just a handful of sites. I mean, who knows what we're going to tap into.
Baker has also partnered with the West Cancer Clinic and is looking for others to help get the word to patients in need. While Brad Trotter is looking forward to knowing that Terry's drugs will help someone else, keeping her indomitable spirit alive.
Terry would say, go for it.
Terry, of course, is the founder of the Pink Wig Project as well. And if he so chooses, Brad, like any donor, can be notified when the drugs that he's donated find a patient. Then, if both he and the recipient agree, they can be united.